Good evening, everybody, or good morning, everybody. I should wake up. Takes a lot of waking up when you're my age. So anyway, welcome to a weekly message from Jesus. Each week we come to you and we try to bring you a channeled message of his words. We've been doing it now for almost 2 years, and I hope that many of you are telling your friends about it. We've even taken his messages, 60 of them, and put them into book form. It's called Messages of God for a Modern World. It's available on Amazon. You can go through my website, barrystrom.com. It's a wonderful book. It's a great devotional. Think about buying it and giving it to your friends. I think they'll thank you for it. So, our Father is here, and I know as always, he is waiting to bring you all a message. So, let's begin. Hello, everybody. Well, I'm back again, and I'm going to bring you another message. And I hope that you pay attention to it because I think it's a pretty good one. I'm going to talk about climbing a mountain. Now, if you've studied the Bible, all of my prophets would generally go up onto a mountain to pray or to meditate or to receive messages from me. That was pretty much something that man made up. You don't have to climb a mountain to speak to me. Just simply pray. You can do that anytime you want. So, climbing a mountain, I think, has a little bit different meaning for you. Let's try this one today. Climbing a mountain is living up to your life plan. It's not easy. Humans are sent back with difficult life plans. We tell you that every week. Living and following your life plan can be very strenuous. Climbing a mountain is very strenuous. You have to use your free will to make good choices. Now, we try to lead you with those good choices, but you are still the one that has to do the action. If you want to climb a mountain, you're the one that has to do it. Nobody's going to help you. You are going to have to go out there, look at it, and climb it yourself. Just like when we sent you back and you were born, you have to climb the mountain of your life plan yourself. Many people don't. Many people look up at that mountain and they say, man, it's not worth it. Well, it is, because climbing that mountain of your life plan will lead you to advancing in the realms of my heaven. None of this is new information for you. I try to bring you the same stories in different manners. You see, it's not easy because my message is so simple. What could be more simple than doing unto others as you want them to do unto you? How do I change that 100 times? It's not easy. But if you think of living your life as climbing a mountain, there are many obstacles on that mountain. There may be cliffs, trees will block your way, bushes, briars. Think of everything that blocks your way in climbing that mountain as evil. Because those obstacles are trying to stop you from climbing the mountain, just the same as evil will try to stop you from climbing the mountain and following your life plan. Now let's throw another little problem in for you climbing this mountain. Suppose that you have a pebble in your shoe. Do you realize how painful that is? That makes every step almost impossible to climb that mountain. Think of evil as that pebble in your shoe. That pebble must be removed if you're going to climb the mountain. If that pebble's evil, it has to be removed from your shoe of life so that you can climb the mountain that your life plan represents for you. Now, if you want to climb the mountain physically, not that hard to sit down and take that pebble out of your shoe, is it? The first thing you would do is remove it and get on with your journey. Well, it's not that easy to remove a pebble of evil. You see, evil energy is very, very difficult to remove once you allow it to find a spot in your life. Evil energy is with you every moment of every day. Look at your news. Look around you. Look at all the people that are suffering. Look at the difficulties in your life. Most of that is evil. Now, some of that you could have helped yourself in by removing the pebble of evil while it was still easy to remove. The longer that pebble of evil is in your shoe, the harder it becomes to remove. It may damage your shoe, it may damage your foot. If you leave it in long enough, your foot's going to be damaged. Then you got a real problem. See where I'm getting with this? You need to remove the pebble of evil from your life. And you need to do it as soon as you can, because the longer that pebble is in your shoe, the harder it becomes to remove. I want you all to be able to walk comfortably up the mountain of life and approach your time of passing without fear. If you follow evil, then you're going to be very fearful of your time of passing. And rightfully so, because you may have squandered your lifetime, your life plan, all that work. Now, you may think accumulating great riches is not squandering a life plan, and it doesn't have to be. But if you don't use your wealth to help others, then you are squandering your life plan. You see, one of the greatest problems that you'll face when you get back up into my heaven is how you handled your wealth. We bless many people by making them very comfortable and very wealthy. And then we stand back and watch to see what you do with it. If you take that blessing of wealth and squander it by not helping others, then you're not following a life plan. It's that simple. Everybody with great wealth is given an off ramp to use that wealth to help others. Many drive right by that off ramp and ignore it. They see the signs. We put many signs up before you get to that ramp, but you ignore them and just go speeding on by. And you think that if you accumulate much wealth, that it's like a scorecard. And when you die, that scorecard tells you how successful you are. Guess what? That scorecard of how much wealth you accumulate without helping others is a scorecard of failure. I speak of this every week. I think it's more and more important because more and more people are suffering. There will be a point of no return for what is taking place. You must remove the pebble of evil wherever you see it. If you see it in politics, remove it. If you see it in your personal life, remove it. It is only through removing the evil in your life that you can obtain the goals that I want for you. And none of those goals lay in your incarnate life. The greatest goals that you face come after your passing. You see, I intentionally made it so you have no idea what those goals are. I wanted my prophets, the people that serve me, to tell you about my heaven. I wanted you to have to make your own choices about whether you believe what you hear or whether you don't. You can make the choice about whether you believe what Barry's speaking is my words or don't. You see, I can show you how to remove the pebbles of evil in your life, but it is only up to you to do it. I can show you how to do it. I can tell you when to do it, and that's anytime you see it. Or I can stand back and let you attempt to remove those pebbles at your own timing. I want you all to live wonderful human lives. That's what I want. It's what I send my angels back to help arrange. It's what I send my guides back to try to help guide you to obtain. I send my Holy Spirits back to speak with you. I send back messengers to bring you my words. You see, I really do a lot to help you remove those evil pebbles. I want you to think about what you do to help remove them. Many of you enjoy evil, what it brings you. There are people out there that worship Satan. Imagine what their little treat's going to be when they return to heaven. Satan doesn't even exist. It's just evil. It's personification of evil. If you're worshiping the personification of evil, man, you got more than a pebble in your shoe. So hopefully I've given you a little something to think about today. I want you to think about your journey a little bit different. But I want you to know that you always have the ability to remove that evil pebble. You always have the ability to remove evil from your life. I'll help you do it. Pray to me. Pray to my angels. Pray to any of my Holy Spirits. There is so much help available if you just avail yourself of it. Life is not meant to be easy, but it can be an awful lot better with our guidance. So thank you for allowing me to speak with you. I hope that I haven't bored you too much again. Please tell your friends. I mention this to you every week, but spreading my words, it's so important. There's so much evil out there. It appears almost like the world is paved with pebbles of evil. Put down some new pavement. Simply follow my words, and all will be well. I bless all of you that are listening, as always. I bless all of you, even if you don't listen. I love all of you. I wish you would pay more attention to what I say. I'll be back again next week. Got to think up another subject to speak about. Anyway, I bless you. Goodbye, and we will speak again next week. Thank you, Father, as always. I'm so honored to be able to bring you his words. This is what I've been called to do. Thank you for listening. We'll be back again next week. Think about buying his book of messages. Give it to others. It's a good way for others to understand just what is so important about what we do in life. Goodbye. Be back again next week.